Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Ouch My Life. I am Denise, and we have.
Hello.
Hi, Junho.
Just looking at your earring.
Yes, I did.
Is that a
Last minute jazz it
bimbo?
up. Did you? Can you hear us clearly or not? Actually, Junho, I just not
I
forgot to
can hear
ask
you
you.
clearly. Who is
Okay,
us?
very good.
Who is us? I,
Okay,
I don't see anybody next to you.
us ah. Maybe somebody else can see something next to me. No. Hi, Douglas. Why are you not talking?
Oh,
Okay.
welcome
Okay.
to
I thought
another
you.
episode of Ouch My Life.
That's what I say. I thought that episode. Ouch, my life.
We talk
Okay,
about the
let's see who is
universe,
the
life,
last one.
and
Huh?
the ouch in between.
The ouch in between. The ouch in Did you just appropriated that from somewhere?
It's
No,
the
that's
last
what
one.
that's what we made it to be.
There's only four.
What?
There's only four of us. So
Yeah.
Yeah, four of us. Why? Did I say there are five of us?
no, just
Wow,
now you
Denise,
say
when
okay.
she
Let's
came out,
see.
she said,
Let's see who is the last one.
Just for the viewers, it's not for us lah, babe. Wapiang.
Okay. I see.
Yeah, I mean, like, we would know who's the last one, lah. Why would we not know, right? Okay, so anyway, today we're going to talk about. Okay, so as you all know, we have changed our name of the show from Ouch My Money to Ouch My Life because, um, well, life is much more interesting thing to talk about, and also life is full of ouches. That's why it's called Ouch My Life. Who else? Who else here has had an ouchy life? I must say I have had quite a blessed life so far. But I know there are some people here who have struggled greatly. And this brings us to the topic of the day, which is struggle normal? Today we're going to talk about struggles in our lives. Because people always talk about how their life is so great, how they're going to Japan for holiday, and go here for holiday, and buy the new car, buy the new bag, eat a nice cafe. But today we're going to talk about something that we all have, but we don't really post on social media, which is our struggles. Okay, the introduction is done. Let's take it away.
No, it's interesting. It's
Suddenly, like, what the
interesting.
hell?
Denise, I have to
Anyway,
say you're really good at that. Okay, just and throw it to Douglas. Now the struggle is with Douglas. Douglas, struggle.
Oh
no,
yeah,
no,
we
I have
would
no
just
struggle.
okay.
I
So
have no
for
struggle.
context,
If you continue talking, I'll just keep quiet and listen. That's
yeah,
all.
I know, right? Okay, so for context, right? So this was a little bit of behind the scenes that happened before today's episode. As y'all can tell, if y'all cannot tell, please go and look at it again. We have Douglas did like a new intro video for us, so we were testing it out at the beginning, and then apparently at first Douglas was the one that had to play the video and all that. And then he was like, now he feels very stressed because he's responsible for it. So he was struggling with the responsibility, right? But then after he realized there was a way that he could ask Rachel to do it instead, so he has now passed the struggle and the responsibility to Rachel. Rachel is like, okay. So he was trying. So that's why, yeah. So now after doing like a quick introduction, just off the top of my head, I have happily passed the struggle of responsibility over to Douglas, who will contextualize today's topic for us. He's going to kill me.
No, I won't. No, I won't. But okay, I'm very good. I'm very good at this. So Denise. So Denise,
Oh, is
it
it
was
is it going to
very
be a question
interesting.
time? I'm sorry, I got stomach. I cannot man, bye.
It was very
Are you going to ask me
interesting.
12 questions? What the hell?
No, no, no. It was very interesting when you said earlier that you feel that your life that there hasn't been a lot of struggle in your life, and you've
Hmm.
been quite blessed. Okay,
I
because
have.
for whatever reason you feel that there hasn't been a lot of struggle in your life. Okay,
Hmm.
so I'm going to throw that back and say, is it true that you haven't had a lot of struggle in your life? or have there been struggles, okay, that you have overcome and have forgotten about, which are two different things?
I would okay. The reason why I'm saying I'm blessed is because it's not like those kind of social media show off blessed hashtag blessed. It's not that kind. Okay, it's I okay. So to be honest, I was born into a family with loving parents, and they brought me up. There's an echo from somebody. I can hear myself saying
Yeah,
loving
I'm
parents.
hearing echo.
Is it me?
No, hang
I
on.
don't
Let me
think so. Okay, never mind. You fix it. I will tell my story. So
okay, tell you.
anyway, so anyway, yeah, and my parents were loving, and we were doing pretty well, and then I think all in all, I had a pretty okay childhood, to be honest. And then adulthood, I come out to work. I think the biggest struggles I've had was when my dad business went bust in is it the who's that?
There's a
Some
sound from.
yeah, there's some automated sound talking. Stop talking, Siri or
Because
Alexa or
it's me,
whoever
so
you
I'm
are.
sorry.
Oh, it's
What is he
you?
saying? What is he saying?
I just
Don't
say a
know.
person's name. I was trying to see how that name is being pronounced. So sorry, back to you, Denise.
Oh, so it was Chunho, is it?
Yeah.
No, but I don't know the echo is it from Chunho from you, but there was a robot sound, like like talk to Siri, Siri talk back, that kind of sound, that kind of voice. And then I was like, who's is that? Okay, it's Chunho's
Wow,
pet.
Chunho, you're so attentive when Denise is sharing. Chunho.
Okay, so
Multitasking, I'm
anyway,
sorry.
to cut short, right? Since our comrades are not interested to listen to my story, to cut short, I don't think I've had much struggle. My biggest struggle, like I said, was when my dad's business went bust, and it was very difficult time for the family. Um, there was a lot of fear. There was a lot of hiding in the dark because you don't want the lights on at home, and then people come knocking. You have to open the door, right? So there were lights were off. We had to watch TV in secret. My parents were like just trying really hard to feed us. It was very difficult. And then what else? I struggled with being okay because actually it doesn't seem like it. I have learned how to live with it, but I'm a very sensitive soul in that sense. In the sense that I can take on other people's emotions and things like that. I'm generally quite loud and outspoken. So when I was younger, I didn't fit in. I didn't fit in, and that was very difficult because people and okay, if let's say I wasn't so sensitive to emotions, right? If I didn't fit in, it would be fine because I wouldn't feel so much. But I could feel very keenly the pain of not fitting in. And yeah, I think those are my biggest struggles, to be honest. Then after that,
And you
okay,
said
yeah.
and you said that there weren't a lot of struggles in your life. I
It's
cannot
really not a
imagine.
lot leh. I don't think it's not a lot. To me, maybe because I have heard many other struggles that is like broken family,
Yeah, but
sleep
struggle
in
is
the
not
streets.
comparison. You see,
I
that's the
know, I
interesting thing.
know.
Struggle is not. It's not about comparing that your struggle is bigger than mine and your struggle is bigger than mine. So therefore, it diminishes my struggle. So therefore, I don't have as many struggles as in order of quantity, if you would call it. I don't have as much struggle as
No,
somebody
I
else who's
understand, and I'm
struggle.
not diminishing the lessons that I got from it or the pain that I suffered through. But all in all, actually, I feel pretty blessed, to be honest.
No, feeling blessed and having
Oh,
struggles are two different things.
oh, really? I feel blessed to have not much struggles. I feel, to be honest. Maybe I have struggles. I forgot. I don't know. But
Well,
anyway,
I think you think about this way. Maybe you are blessed in the way that you had struggles, but you made it through the struggle.
and I have something called is it? Oh no, adaptable in my Gallup strength.
Adaptability.
Adaptability in my Gallup strength,
Is
which
that your
means that
dominant?
Hmm?
yeah. Not top
Ah,
5 lah. Okay, so for those of you guys who do not know, please go and check out Crack Your Strengths Quotient. We're going to have it's run by Douglas and his wonderful team, which includes Chunho and one other guy who broke his hand. Oh, the poor guys. So anyway, the three
No,
of
I
them,
still,
they run the
you still have
course.
to remember that the guy who broke his hand.
But he's
Yeah.
but he's so poor
His
thing.
name is
Okay, so I
Simon.
need. Yeah, his name is Simon.
His
So it's
name-
a program run by Douglas Chunho and Simon called Crack Your Strengths Quotient, and it's based off the Gallup Strength. If you don't know what that is, go and Google GALLUPS Strengths. Okay, and then check it out. So I have something called adaptability. That it's not. Is it my top five? Maybe in my top five. Yeah, I remember it was very very high up. So it's a plus and a minus, like with every other character trait. It's a plus because it helps me to just really kind of flow with things. But it's a minus because sometimes I flow so much, I give up very easily. Like water, right? There's a stone there, then immediately instead of like, some people they were like, oh, let's get through the stone. I'm like, no, let's just go around
So
it.
is giving up. So is giving up easily a struggle because you give up easily, and therefore
Uh,
and therefore and therefore you may have missed some things in life, some opportunities
I used to
because you.
struggle with that a lot. Not a lot. I used to struggle with why I cannot persevere. And then after
Okay.
that, I came to the realization that what is wrong with wanting my life to be fun? Right. At the end of the day, if I need to do something, so right now, what I have learned is that if I need to do something, I need to find a way to make it fun. That's all. And then it gets done. You
You
get
see,
what I
the
mean?
fact the fact that you just said that, right? The fact that you had to find a solution to be able to do something is actually already overcoming a struggle that you identified in
Yeah,
order to do that.
correct.
Okay, and I think that's really the conversation, okay, about struggle, because people tend to have a negative um take struggle in a negative way. Okay, that struggle is bad, or struggle is this thing that happens to us,
Painful. No.
or
What?
it is painful, but it's not bad. Okay, which
Yeah.
are two different things. Okay, and we tend to not like struggle because it seems to be these negative things that happen to us, okay, that get in the way of us having a smooth life, right? Because Denise, if you didn't have to find a way to cope with something, okay, the only way for that to happen, not to need to find a way to cope with something, is not to have that something be in the way. Then you don't need to have a coping mechanism or a strategy to deal with it. Okay, that's the only way. Okay, when there's absolutely nothing that you need to deal with every day, that would be the concept of no struggle at all.
That's so boring, right?
I don't I don't know. Boring is an outcome. Boring is a state.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
Some
boring
people,
is
true.
judgment, is judgmental and subjective.
yeah.
It may be boring to you, but some people just
And
enjoy
some
that.
people like boring, which is fine. I don't like boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people
I
just
create
find it
most
zen
of
and
myself.
peaceful, but yeah.
So I feel that we all have struggle in one way or another, and struggles are designed for us to overcome. That's the thing. Struggles are designed for us to overcome, because if we don't overcome, then we stay in victim mode. Whoa, it's me, I've got this terrible things that are happening to me, and terrible things only stay terrible, okay, if we allow them to be terrible, okay, and regardless of the magnitude of that thing, okay, that is happening. Okay, so the
But isn't
fact
it
that yeah, yeah, go, Rachel.
isn't it a matter of perspective? Like when I'm going through something, I could be going through something, but I wouldn't term it a struggle. Or
Okay,
it may be something that is happening, but it's terrible to other people, but it may not be terrible to me. So it's all a
yeah,
matter
so
of
it's
perspective and how we put it, right?
well, if
Well,
it's not
so
terrible to
let's
you, then
let's
it's not
let's let's
terrible to
let's
you, what?
define struggle. Let's
Yeah.
let's define struggle. I mean, struggle. Everybody has. I mean, to me, everybody has struggle, because if there's no struggle, you struggle with something when there's something that you don't know how to handle first, but eventually you learn how to handle it. And the path, to me, a struggle is when you don't know how to handle something. That is initial. There will be some struggle initially. It may be a minor struggle, but it could be a major struggle, and it depends on each individual how it is. But there will be some struggle. If it's only let's say I'm a kid, I'm an infant trying to learn to walk. I will struggle initially because I've never ever learned to walk. I've never been walking before. I've been crawling, and suddenly I want to walk. I will have struggled initially. I will fall. I will do this. I'll bang my head here, and then all sorts of things. But eventually, I will struggle to it, and I'll eventually learn how to do it. But that phase is still a struggle initially. It's like initially when I learned how to sew, I would struggle with the needle. I try to don't know how to learn to initially thread the needle.
Struggling to
You know how to sew?
Yeah, that was my question too. You mean Chuho, you know how to sew?
that's just so besides the point.
Okay,
No, but you know how to sew? Oh my
I don't
god.
know how to sew.
I don't know. No, actually,
Okay,
I know. Okay, no. I know, but it turns out very ugly. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I know.
To
I
learn
know.
how to
You put
sew
like
because
two
it's
pieces of
a
clothes
skill, it's a
together.
life skill. Because my mom told us, look, you guys, I don't know what's going to happen to you guys. You better learn how to sew because in the eventuality
Like sew
you
and
go to
cook
the
lah.
army, sew and cook is a necessity for us. My mom makes
No,
sure
I
that
don't
we
know how
know
to
how to
cook.
do it. I mean, even if I don't know how to cook a good meal, I said, even you don't know how to cook a good meal, there's a few things you must know. Cook rice, you must know how to cook fried eggs, you must know how to cook noodles.
At the very
Basic,
least, like Maggie noodles that time lah.
yeah, basic stuff you need to know how to do. And some of the basic condiments, you have to mix them together to at least make some decent food for yourself. Because eventually you need to survive on your own for whatever reason. My mom prepped all of us as kids,
I tell you
even
what,
sewing.
this is a super good example of us not fitting into the usual gender stereotypes at all.
No, so we
Yeah.
learn how to cook, we learn how to sew, and
The best cook
initially,
here
of
is
course,
probably Douglas.
yeah, it's not me.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
the way I cook, I think a lot of people will eat it is too plain. And I thread the needle, it will be a struggle. It is always even ironing my clothes. You know, when I first iron clothes, I would get scolded by my parents. They're like, "You don't iron this way because you iron this way. This other side is going to get creased again. That side is going to get creased again." They tell me
Many
also,
lines, many
I
lines.
do it. It's like, how come I crease here again? I thought this side is done. Now this side is creased again. They said I struggled through ironing. I hate the ironing initially, but eventually I have to learn it because there's a way to do it so that you don't crease it. Because if you don't do it properly, you will crease here and then crease it. The whole thing every time you
It's
iron,
never ending. It's a never ending ironing.
So yeah,
You
so
flip to the left, how the right, flip. It's the same. But I love ironing. There's a sense of satisfaction.
so I'm
Okay,
just saying that
back to the
there
struggle.
is initially a learning phase and you struggle through it and then eventually you learn. In experience, you will make mistake through the struggle, and that's how we grow. It's like even sweeping the floor. Okay, now people don't sweep the floor, they vacuum the floor. Last time we have brooms, okay, and we stay in the house. We don't have helpers. The kids are the helpers. I was the kid helping my
no, they're
mom
not.
to
They're the
sweep.
slaves. They're the slaves.
So we
No,
have to sweep
slaves,
the floor.
slaves
We have
don't
to
get
sweep the
fed.
floor across the floor. And there's a way to handle the broom. It's not like just anyhow hold the broom.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
if you
yeah.
don't hold it in a certain manner with a fulcrum and leverage and all those things, you're going to mess up the whole sweeping.
Wow. Let's
I
quite so
agree.
technical.
So when
It's just practice lah.
Yeah.
we
So the first
start
time you use
doing
chopsticks, ma,
something,
you struggle also, ma.
See, yeah,
Right.
you know what struggle is now.
Yeah, so no, I know these are all struggles, but to me, maybe because they are so small, I don't see them as struggles lah. They just
Yeah, that's perspective.
like even every
Then what
morning
are
I
they?
wake up to put on the makeup is a struggle. I don't like it.
Yeah, then
Ugh.
if it's not a struggle, then what are they? If they
It's
are
just
not
something that has to
struggles,
be
then what are
done.
they?
That's all. Screw it.
Yeah, inconveniences for me.
Maybe because to us, okay, maybe also because I have this preconceived idea that struggle needs to be of a certain size or a magnitude, like what Douglas was saying earlier. So to me,
Yeah.
like I like my nails to be like a square shape. So even if I don't go to the salon, I will file them. But every time I'm filing it, I'm like scolding my nails. Like, can you go slower? Why you go so fast? It's taking 10,000 years for me to file this, you know? Then I will like yeah, but
So things that we don't know how to do and have to learn how to do, okay, are struggles. Things that are scary that we need to deal with are struggles. Things that we need to do but we don't like to do are also struggles. So there are all struggles come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. Anything that we need to deal with that is not convenient for us to deal with, okay,
It's a
that needs to
struggle.
be done, is a struggle.
Okay,
But
I get
struggle,
I get your
is-
definition of struggle now.
yeah. So struggle is if you guys set the bar to it, then of course it's very difficult. Then it becomes very subjective and it's perspective. But you make it a general thing that anything like what Douglas has defined, then to me, all of us will have to go through struggles because it is if we don't struggle and then we don't go through it, we will never grow. And if people don't struggle and have no struggle in their life, they probably just rot and die away. Because if you don't struggle, then you're here, will just sit. You can no struggle, no, just sit there and
So
just
horrible, these people
do
here.
nothing without struggle. And then you just rot and die away, lah.
Yeah, if there's no
Yeah.
struggle, we will literally rot and die. Because if
Really?
there's no
No,
struggle,
if there's no struggle, can they not enjoy, have fun, and
what is there
Not
to enjoy?
struggle.
You know
It's
the thing that gives people happiness, okay, is growth.
really?
Not for me.
Some people, not
That's why I
all.
say I'm a young soul. I'm perfectly happy to just roll around all day. Have money fall from the sky. Woo! Sadly, yes. Yeah, but certain things have to be done. So, well.
I don't know, you make it seem so, but if you really think about it, okay, if there's no change in your life, okay, absolutely nothing, you stay in that constant state, okay, happiness roll around and do nothing is different from growth. Okay, it's different from growth, and growth can only come from learning something that you didn't know before. Okay, and the process of learning something that you didn't know before requires that you didn't know it and you have to
Okay,
learn
my
it.
question is, let's say today I wanted to learn about psychology or whatever, and I'm going to read a book about it. Would the reading of the book be considered a struggle? Because
don't
to
know.
me,
When you
reading the
read
book
the
is
book-
a joyful thing.
When you read
Well-
the book, will you fully understand the book the first time you read it with absolute clarity?
Probably not.
Okay, so the brain will struggle with an attempt to understand the new material that you are reading.
And sometimes the concept is really out of your reality box. You will struggle between accepting that concept versus what you really know. It's like, no,
Cognitive dissonance is a struggle.
Yeah.
Okay, I get what you mean. Like struggles can be fun. So even if I'm struggling to understand the psychology
Yeah,
book and
ex-
reading things
exactly.
and looking things out on Google, it's
Yeah.
fun because I'm enjoying it.
yes,
Exactly.
yes.
Okay, I was struggling to
Some
understand
struggle is
that, as
painful.
everybody can see, but now the struggle is over.
So some struggle is painful. Some struggle we don't like it because we just want to get to the outcome because we don't want to go
Yeah,
through that
like the
whole
results
thing.
lah.
So we don't like it. But some struggle are enjoyable. Some people just need that struggle to have a
Some people
sense of
love pain.
achievement. I wouldn't say pain. It's like if you go and play a game, if there's no challenge, you're not going to enjoy the game. Let's say
That's
you go and
true.
play a game. Somebody go. Let's just say mobile games or computer games. Let's talk about something that a lot of people have been playing last time and all those things. Let's say I don't know whether people know Tetris. Like if you play a
Tetris.
game,
Dun,
yeah,
dun, dun, the
if you go
shape.
if you go to the everything drop, it just fit nicely. It's like, where's the joy? And if you play
Would
like
you correct. Would you continue playing that game if it was just repetitive and everything you do worked? Would you continue playing that game?
No.
And if we don't die, no lor. No, not fun, ma.
No. Yeah.
See,
So I
fun,
get
so
it now
struggling
that
is
like struggle doesn't
Yeah.
have to be painful lah. Because
Yeah.
so as everybody can see, it's a live example of me struggling with a concept, and then now the struggle is over, and then Douglas struggling to explain it to me,
Yeah, well,
and I'm struggling to understand. It's just a small struggle, Douglas.
I mean, the best thing to talk about is the games. Look at everybody. The only reason people enjoy those games because there's
Because
a
there's
challenge,
yeah.
and struggle. Why people enjoy now? It's the World Cup fever. Why are
Yes.
people so hooked onto World Cup? And why are the players so hooked? Because they are
like they're, like,
struggling to
dodging
get
each other.
and get that ball into the opponent's feet aside and then score it. If always they just kick and then it goes in, kick and go, it's like it's no
So
fun
boring.
playing, and then there's no fun even for the audience watching. This team always
That's
win.
why I always
They go in the field, they win. What's there to watch? They are watching for the struggle. They're watching for the drama. They're watching for the players screaming. They're getting the sense of achievement, and then they are struggling. They're rooting for a particular team, and then you won, and then they're so happy.
Yeah. So
Yes.
Chunho, just ding, sense of achievement with no struggle. If there's
No
nothing
sense
that
of
we
achievement.
struggle with, we will never ever have any form of sense of achievement. Because it's sense of we feel that adrenaline, that endorphin rush, that whatever it is, that sense of achievement because we overcame something and got a win. Okay, regardless of whether we win over other people or not. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, a personal win is still a win, and we get that rush. Okay, and we crave that. Okay, because without that, okay, without that sense of achievement, okay, of overcoming something, we don't get our fix. We don't get our fix
Yeah,
at all.
that's why sometimes married couples after that the adrenaline rush over already, right? Then they all settle into then look for mistresses.
Yeah, they create
Okay, this topic I
drama.
cannot share, but you know what is it? I think that's part of the reason why, right? Like hey,
Yeah,
married
no,
already,
no.
that
The
means
best thing
there's
is
no
this.
struggle already, ma.
Yeah, then they have kids,
Right. Huge struggle,
There's a
right?
guarantee. Okay, I tell you, there's a trump card. Play the trump card. Oh, kids come out.
The biggest struggle of the couple's life is the kids are the kids.
Yeah, and can you imagine that? Yeah, it's a lifelong struggle. 20 years old is still a struggle. The kid is 20 years old is still a struggle.
So the solution to any couple, okay, who have struggled with each other is to have a kid.
No, that one I don't agree. I don't agree. Okay, please take
And
his
it's
this
not as
particular.
if you want. It's not as if you want kid, you can have one.
Yeah.
You just come out like that.
It's not so easy. You think from the
Yeah, no,
behind,
it's very easy
Douglas?
one. You just go and see a doctor, fertility doctor, and they do sort of magic to help
No, Chunho, don't say that. You're gonna get a lot of backlash. It's sometimes even with fertility treatments and IVFs and all that, it can take a long time. Many
you.
many
It
tries.
will take a long time, but
Huge struggle.
Improved the chances. Yes,
Yeah, of
improved the
course.
chances.
Huge
Without
struggle.
this, it was a big struggle for some couple.
Last time
was
don't
a big
have
struggle.
one, right?
Want to have kids, get a kid will have struggle. Want to have kids, cannot get a kid, also will have struggle. Okay, it's
Yeah.
Then the other one is to adopt. I mean, the other one is adopt. There's no harm. There's a lot of kids out there.
Yeah,
They
I
need a
know, but the adoption process for Singapore is very, very stringent, and it
Yeah,
can take many,
true.
many years. And adoption comes easier if you are a married couple. If you are LGBTQ couple,
Yeah.
because their union is not legalized in Singapore, right? So
Yeah,
for them,
true. So
adoption is very,
I'm
very
just talking
difficult.
to those couples. But then
Yeah.
again, before they even get married, they still need to go BTO. BTO is a struggle as well.
Yeah, the whole thing is a struggle lah. So the equation is life equals a struggle. Okay, so now we come to part two. No, we come to part two now. We have already contextualized struggle and why we call it ultra life, because life is generally full of struggles, whether it's a struggle that you enjoy or a struggle that you do not enjoy. Okay. So now we come to the part two. Then how do we deal with these struggles? This is a perfect part for CSQ time. Okay.
We didn't talk about this earlier, so I don't know. Douglas, you talk about it. I don't know anything about it.
I would just try to Douglas.
Hey, we didn't talk about this. How come suddenly
Actually,
this
no.
is-
Okay, is struggle normal? Yes, struggle is normal. But then, how do we deal with it, right? Because part of I used to have is it Facebook Live? Yeah, I did have a Facebook Live where I talk to different people, whether they're business owners, investors, etc., and talk about why what I was intrigued with was why different people, when faced with the exact same decision, will almost always make a different when faced with the same choices, will almost always make a different decision from each other. And that was what I was always intrigued with. Like 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, same choices, same circumstances, they almost always will make different decisions from each other. Even if they make the same decision as each other, the process that they go through to reach that decision is also different from each other. And that was what was intriguing to me. So yes, how do we deal
So
with struggles as
the
individuals?
scientific the scientific answer the scientific answer is that we are as unique as our DNA, which is
Mm.
the scientific fact. And if our DNA is so unique, then how can we possibly be um, deal with things in the same way? I mean, if you just look at the scientific fact, right, that we are already genetically unique. Okay, we have our fingerprint. Then what makes us think that facing the same situation, we will respond in the same way?
Mm.
What makes us think?
Well,
What makes us think that?
but then unfortunately, the world thinks that because they always feel like one person can do it, the rest will do it the same way. And it's like, I'm doing this way. How come you can't see it? Especially bosses, they're like, how come you're not able to do this? How come you don't think this? I'm expecting you to. The moment this happens, I'm expecting you be able to proceed this way. I'm expecting you to think it this manner. And then they were like, how come you can't do this? And then I was like, isn't that common sense? And then I can talk about common sense. I tell you, the word common sense is the word that I feel I can throw a
No,
brick at somebody.
the only common sense is our ability to see, okay, our ability to hear. These are the senses. Our ability to feel, our ability to taste, our ability to smell. Okay, those are the only common senses that we have. Okay, I actually have absolutely no idea when we say, let's say the color red. When I see red and you see red, and I have absolutely no idea if we see it in the same way. And we can't tell, we can't even compare because we cannot take our thoughts out and say, hey, look, it's the same.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we just know that that thing is red and everything like that. The red apple is red. Okay, maybe
Yeah,
you see as green, but you call it red as well.
yeah, precisely. So we have absolutely no idea, no. And we
Yeah,
can,
that's true.
I don't know if we can scientifically prove that we see the same thing.
But we can validate, right? Like if you see red and someone else sees red, just confirm that it's the same red, right?
You
No.
can't. Okay, that's where
It's our
you're.
interpretation of what that is.
Yeah, it's the interpretation of what red is.
Yeah.
Because everything that I see red, then they say as red as the burning sun. Let's say somebody will say that. Lah. Of course, the burning
Yeah.
sun is not red. Lah. Okay,
No,
let's just say lah.
there's
Example,
burning sun.
example.
Example, as red as the apple. Lah. Okay, as red as the apple, then I will associate red is that apple that you see. But in your eye, when you see the apple, it could be the green that
Slightly
I
less
see.
red or pinkish
Yeah,
red.
but that's looking at what that's attempting to get people to articulate what's in their mind. But if
Yes.
they really have something in front of them, like look at Chunho's background, that is red, and
Yeah, no,
whole
correct.
frames, yeah,
We see no,
that is red.
no, Rachel, we see that color. We see a color. Okay, but how that color looks like in our heads, okay, we actually don't know if it's the same.
Like my red is it the same as your red? You get what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
your red and my red may not be the same.
Yeah.
In our
I call
minds
this
may not be the same. But because we keep
this.
seeing that same thing, Chunho sees that thing, you see that thing, we all see that thing, we call it red. But how it appears in our heads, we have no idea that it is the same. Because we can't see the what appears. I can't see what appears in your heads.
Yeah, but Rachel has a point. Scientifically, you can actually isolate that, which is based on the frequency of the light that is being absorbed and whatever lah. Okay,
Yeah,
anyway,
correct, scientifically. But the thing is, we don't know if it's perceived that same way because people who are
Yeah.
colorblind, okay, see red in a different way, and until and they don't know what they don't know. They don't know that they see it differently because all their lives they see it that way.
so
And it's the
anyway,
same,
yeah,
it's
once
in the same wavelength.
okay,
No, we were
anyway,
talking about common sense. You were talking about common
yeah,
sense.
so sometimes even the common physical no, this is not physical senses. These are the these common senses, the hearing and all these things. These are the physical senses, right?
Yeah.
These are the only thing that quite common for most of us, but even that sometimes is not that common because they are. I mean, some people there's color blindness and see colors a little bit differently, and some people hear things a little differently. Some people can hear certain frequency we cannot hear.
Mm.
Most of us cannot hear. There are
Some people can smell things we cannot smell.
yeah, the
Some
senses a
people
little bit
cannot
heightened.
smell.
So yeah, you have COVID, then you cannot smell. So anyway, yeah, and some people cannot taste certain things.
Yeah. So
Certain
anyway, you were talking about
even
bosses.
that there are people. Don't you know that some people cannot feel pain, physically pain. There are some people have
Yeah,
that
I know.
that they cannot feel physically pain. So they have to be careful because sometimes they do things and they hurt themselves. They don't even know suddenly they are bleeding.
Mm. No, anyway, I want to bring Chunho back to you talking about bosses. Don't you have common sense? That's what you were saying.
Yeah.
Okay, about dealing with things.
Common sense is
Okay.
very subjective, to be honest.
Yes, it is. And yeah, Douglas gone.
No. So anyway, Chunho was saying that my response is the only common sense are these senses that we have, okay, that we have in common, but it doesn't mean that we actually see or feel the same things. Okay, and we tend to extrapolate that, okay, to just because we have these things in common, therefore our response to things, to stimulus, okay, so I'm going to use another word, okay, so stimulus, catalyst, and trigger, okay, are three things that occur to us where we respond. So we tend to make an assumption that all of us will deal with the same stimuli, catalysts, or triggers in the same way, but we don't. Because we are different. Not only are we different genetically, we come from different experiences, we process information differently, and we respond to things differently. Okay, and that's the that creates a lot of struggle between people because okay, if I deal with things this way, then how come you're not dealing with that's the same thing in that way? Because I would expect you to, and because we tend to operate from our own reality boxes and impose our reality boxes on other people because the only thing that's real to us is within our reality box.
Yeah, so like what you're saying, so compared to Denise, who has adaptability, she'll just, oh, this is no struggle for me. She just breeze through and she'll just skirt around it. Like the water
Okay.
around the stone.
Be like water, my friend. That's what Bruce Lee said.
And then some people
Yeah,
like
and
just
some people have no adaptability. They have no
Yeah.
ability to adapt.
yeah, they'll just no, I need to get rid of this rock. I need to get rid of the rock. I'm gonna hit
Yeah.
until the rock disappears.
Okay lah. Good luck to you lah. I'll just go forward first. You just continue lah. Okay.
But you see, the
Yeah.
thing is, adaptability can also be seen as a weakness.
Yeah, I
because
know. Like I said lah. It's with every character trait, it's a plus and a minus, right? Determination and stubbornness is the same character trait. It's just in certain it's true in certain situations you are seen as stubborn. In other situations you are seen as determined. But it's the same character trait.
Oh, I don't have adaptability. Okay, sorry.
I would expect you not to have adaptability.
Yeah, I expect you not to have that too.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, it's
probably have
obvious,
discipline.
man. Okay, lor.
You probably
Okay.
have
Why,
discipline.
why do you find it obvious?
For
Who?
me? For Rachel?
I mean, Denise and Chunho were saying it's so obvious that you don't have that Rachel has no adaptability.
Cannot tell her from the way she does things. I'm not saying that she is
Pause.
fixated.
Let me just clarify this.
Oh,
All of us adaptable. Most human
Yeah.
beings are adaptable. A person with this higher intensity of adaptability trait in them or talent in them, it just will be more adaptable than the one that has lower adaptability, because the person with lower adaptability, they will still eventually adapt, but they will struggle first before they decide to make a shift. Okay, I'm
Or
coming
to use
from
something else to adapt.
I'm coming from my own perspective because my adaptability is rather low too, but I have discipline quite high. So I will plan things and all those stuff, but then when things change, I'll get upset first. Why change? How can you do this? After that, then I'll think about it. Okay, this change is needed. If you don't do this, then I'll think through my mind after that. Okay, now we have to deal with it. Let's find another new routine around it.
Oh, is that why I get upset when people change things last minute?
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Like Douglas
why.
probably has Douglas is your adaptability high.
I don't know.
You don't know? Excuse me.
Oh.
I think
should
it
know.
is supporting. I think it is supporting. It is not lesser.
Yeah, he has
Yeah,
activated
because you
very high.
change your
So,
minds like 10,000 times a day.
yeah, because he has activated very high, and then he go, oh, let's do this already.
Oh.
Yeah, so it
He-
comes
he-
from activator. It comes from
Then he's like,
activator.
let's do this already. I was like, what?
You
We haven't talked about this yet. What?
need to whip your activator into shape. So whip it. Yeah, but yeah, lor, usually I can recognize people who have no or low adaptability, like what Chunho say. It's simply they will still adapt lah. It's just that it takes a different. It's like for me, it's a split second. Okay, done, finish already.
Yeah,
But
I know
I don't.
that because
Yeah, I'm okay.
my brother has
So
adaptability very. My brother actually adaptability number one, so he like, oh, okay, no, just move on. No, to me, it's like,
yeah. So I can recognize when someone doesn't have adaptability so high. Wen Kai doesn't have adaptability very high also.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's nothing bad. Like we always say, it's nothing bad or good lah. It's just the way we process things, lor. But
Yeah, but that's
also,
adaptability,
uh,
adapting as an outcome versus adapting as a process.
as a process,
Yeah, so people with adaptability as a process will adapt in a certain way to achieve that difference in the outcome. Okay, so they've adapted to. So the outcome is they've adapted to the change in whatever that changed. Okay, for other people, okay, so if the change is inevitable, meaning that we have no choice. Okay, we have no choice but to make the change. People with high adaptability, the process of adapting will look a certain way. And then for the people who have less adaptability, will adapt in a different way. That process of adapting may be a little bit more painful. Okay, so stay away from Chunho. Stay away from Chunho when things change, because his process of adapting, okay, is explosive.
yeah, there are a bit of fireworks there. I can tell whenever I sit at the back end with him when he's doing like logistics, right? Whenever things change, right, you can see there's like the smoke coming out a bit. Then after that, okay, then it's over. It's like the pressure cooker. You take out the top one, then you think of okay, then cover back again, and then start cooking new systems and all that. Yeah, but like I said earlier, it's always plus and minus. So the minus part is I give up very easily also.
Yeah. Okay. I was attempting to look for my report, but I couldn't. Not on my computer.
Disaster, you. He runs the CSQ class, by the way. Douglas is the instructor for the Crack Your Strengths Quotient. By the way, people.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know my teams. Okay, I only know my really
Forgetfulness, probably one of the top 5 forgetfulness. I know you have analytical, no, deliberative
No, I don't. It's all further
and
down. It's also
activator.
activated deliberative are lower on the dominant scale.
Really?
Okay,
That
they
one is your
don't show
top
up.
5.
They don't
How come you
show.
do
It's
not
not
know?
my top 5.
How come we don't know your top 5? Goodness
I know my
us.
top 5. I know my top 5.
What's the
Is
top
I don't
one?
know. Yeah, I say I cover. I
what is
don't know.
strategic connectedness, huh? What?
Strategic connectedness and what?
Mine is it? Strategic connectedness,
Futuristic.
futuristic. Okay, these are the guys who are present all the time. Then ideation, relator, they take turns. Okay, so
Okay.
deliberative and activator are slightly lower down. Okay, so when things need to happen, activator, oh, yay, me, will jump into the picture. So they're very well trained. They're very well trained for the scenarios they need to be in. okay, but they're not very well trained in dealing with the scenarios.
Yeah. Especially activator. Okay, we all need training. My adaptability needs to be whipped into shape also.
Yeah, so that's why, because we are wired differently, there's no model way to deal with struggle. We will all deal with struggle in the way that we know how to deal with struggle. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And if we deal with struggle, okay, so struggle comes in the form of an obstacle, a challenge, uh, a problem that we
Something
need
that
to
you
solve.
need to do to get to a
Yeah,
desired result, maybe.
something that you need to overcome to continue moving on your journey. And at the end, when we do overcome a struggle, okay, we solve a problem, we kill a challenge, or we eliminate an obstacle, okay, that there is something that we have done, okay, there's something that we have done to have overcome that struggle, and that thing that we've done becomes the new thing that we know, okay, and the new solution that we know, and that new solution is unique for all of us, okay, that we call experience. Okay, and so it's going to be very, very different. Okay, my solution may not work for any of you guys. Okay, your solutions may not work. Okay, so the last thing I will always do, okay, is to give advice to people. Here's how you need to do it, because whilst it may have worked for me, it may not somebody else may not be able to execute it at all.
It can be useful as like a reference point, lah, or like a inspiration. Can take ideas from it, that kind of thing. But that's about it.
Okay, I think the only usefulness is that if I've overcome it, you can too. Okay, but it doesn't mean that we're going to do it the same way.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I agree with Denise is a reference point, but it's also I agree with Douglas is also a reference point that it is possible to overcome.
That
That's the
one
only.
I
I mean,
agree.
to me, that's the only reference point that is possible to overcome. Okay, but
Yeah.
you need to do it
Yeah.
your way, because I can give you my way, and it might backfire. It might cause even more struggle, because you have to figure you have to struggle to figure out my way before you can actually overcome the real struggle.
Okay, so
Yeah. So
this is for the audience's benefits. We've been talking about adaptability and connectors and connectedness and relator and etc. These are all Gallup strength, like I said earlier. So you can just go and look it up. GALLUPS strengths, and then
It's called Clifton strengths now, right?
it's not Gallup
No,
strength
no, it's
now.
Clifton Strengths.
It's
It's not
what?
called Strengths Finder. No,
It's called Clifton
it's called
Strengths Finder.
Clifton
Gallup's the
Strengths.
company.
Clifton.
Clifton Strengths.
Okay, so you can go and check it out. And these are all the different character traits that we are wired in that way lah. And there
Yeah,
are
but
34 of
it's
them.
not the only
It's
it's
not the
also
only
not the only.
way.
Yeah, because we also have different styles of how we respond
Yes.
to
So it's
these
a
things.
multi-layered conversation, the kind that Douglas likes the most. So where he can befuddle everybody. He loves watching people struggle, by the way.
Yeah, I
That's
do.
just
I
yeah.
do. If you're not struggling, I'll give you something to struggle with. Okay, it gives me tremendous pleasure. Okay, it gives me tremendous pleasure
Yeah.
to see other people
Because
struggle.
when you were running the course, right? Then when you were doing the debriefs and like saying things, and people were like, huh? Then I could see you like, yeah, struggle. But not okay for our viewers, not in a sadistic or perverse way. It's because
Yeah. Of course
Douglas
not.
knows that at the end of the struggle, there is growth. That's why
Thank you
he's
for saying
happy to
that.
make people struggle, so people grow. See, I see such nice things about you. Okay,
It's,
so
okay, I have to say
it
this.
is
But
true,
there's a
though.
good
It
one.
is
If
true.
there's no
It is
challenge
true.
in your life, there's no struggle in your life, not going to be growth. You think about
Yeah, you're
it.
just gonna stay
The reason
stagnant
anybody
forever.
grow is because they struggle. Even your cells, they have to struggle to grow. Even when you are
Yes.
growing up, your body, you go through a struggle growing up, as in physically your body changes, and there's some amount of struggle,
Mm.
especially through adolescence, all the hormonal change and all the stuff. I mean, for us, we probably forgotten about it because during that time, we actually struggled through it, but now we actually so used to it, we don't care about it. But for the kid growing up through that phase, adolescence, it was a struggle for the kids. They could be, some people won't fit in, but then the more struggle, then the more painful struggle is actually the parents. The adolescent kid is the biggest struggle for the parents. Okay, you can write this in your notebook in case you
No,
need.
but the struggle is, I think the adolescent kid and the parents, that struggle for parents is self-imposed. Because the parents don't actually need to take on the struggle of the kid.
You can
The
don't
struggle
care
parents
lah.
take
You can
on
don't care.
because they have an expectation of how the kid needs to grow up, or they have an expectation of how they need to be as parents to protect the kid. Okay, but the kid needs no protection, and sometimes parents don't want their kids to struggle. Okay, which is the greatest disservice to the kid, because then the kid becomes entitled. A child who does not know or understand struggle becomes very, very entitled and very, 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 very.
But it's okay. Life is fair. If they are not struggling and they become entitled, when they grow older, they will struggle harder. That is
Yeah,
all.
the first thing they will struggle is good luck to them in NS. Good luck.
Yeah. If you're a guy, really,
The
you
women
think
don't go
somebody
through
carry your bag
NS.
for you? You carry 2 bags by yourself. So if you don't struggle, you will become stagnant like the pail of water where the Aedes mosquito grow inside. Okay? So cannot be stagnant. I just thought of that. I wanted to insert it somewhere. That would be my last words, okay? Those will be my last words, okay? Are we at last words already? No? More or
Not
less, I
yet.
guess. Not
Yeah.
yet? You have more things to say?
Not
Go.
yet. No, I got one more thing to say. Okay, that actually struggle is not normal. Okay, life is struggle.
Yeah, life is true.
Life is we are on this planet. We are on this planet to struggle. We are, okay, because we are on this planet to learn something. Okay, if there is no struggle, then there's nothing. There's
They're
nothing.
not learning.
There's no need for us to be in this life.
Mm.
If there's no struggle, because we are in this life to learn something, the only way to learn something is through struggle. So if there's no struggle, then there's no need to be in this life. It's like you we were talking about Tetris earlier, right? Okay, if playing Tetris wasn't a struggle, you wouldn't play the game. Right? You wouldn't play the game because there's absolutely nothing to get from that game. No excitement, no adrenaline rush, no endorphin fix. Okay, there's no drama, there's nothing to get from the game. So if we imagine this life to be a game, okay, and then our souls come in to play this game, this lifetime on this planet, okay, this for 80 years, and there's no struggle, then the soul wouldn't come and play this game because there's nothing to learn.
Yeah, because the other thing is that if we just breeze through, if we can just come into this life and just breeze through and nothing to struggle through,
Can
nothing
you
to learn, then myself
imagine
just don't
spending
come here
80
and just
years?
get to the end.
Yeah, no, imagine spending 80 years with nothing to do,
Just sit there and then get to the end. Myself just get to the end. If there's nothing in the process, nothing happens, just get to the end. Means if you come here and then you get to the end, then myself don't even come here. Then which means don't even exist. Do you understand what I'm saying?
But it's not as if we
Okay.
have a choice, right? Wow.
Huh?
Okay, I can tell that Rachel is still
That's
struggling
another
with the
conversation.
concept that
Whether we have a
struggle
choice.
doesn't have to be painful.
It doesn't
But
have to be
yeah,
painful.
I get where you're coming from.
But just
Yeah,
know,
because I do believe I do believe in the book that we were reading, so I would agree. Okay, in case you guys are interested, it's called In Between. Is it In Between Lives?
life between lives, I think. I need
Okay,
to
look
check
it
my.
up. Put the title in the comments below.
Both
We
of them
will
are struggling to remember the title of book with their
Yeah,
Douglas,
that's the
we will
struggle.
contents.
And I'm like,
I would
what
say
the
this
hell?
though. I'm good with contents. I'm not very good with titles. Same goes for songs. Like the chorus I can hum, but you ask me a title, the singer I don't remember. You get what I mean? Yeah, same goes for books. I like remember the contents, but I don't really remember the title or the sequence. I think Life Between Lives or In Between Lives, something like that. Okay, so anyway, Douglas will search frantically for it and then he will put it in the comments below before we end
It's
today's
called Journey of
episode.
Souls. It's called Journey
Okay,
of
Journey of
Souls.
Souls. Can you type it in, please? Thank you. So anyway, if you guys are interested, you can read the book. It's called Journey of Souls. 3 people typing in. Okay, Ken, thanks. So,
No, I think it
I
was only
know,
Richard.
it was a joke. Okay. Yeah. This is Douglas. Okay. All right, adaptability comes in. All right, it's okay, people. It's all right.
Okay, last
So
word.
I guess it's time for last words.
Mm.
Okay, my
So
turn.
Denise,
Since I
your
already
last
know
words,
my last words. Yeah.
you done already, is it?
Yes, I know my last words.
You type it in first
Go
or me?
through. Okay, go through
What?
struggles and grow. Don't be like the stagnant pail of water breeding Aedes mosquitoes. Those are my last words.
She's just going to write pail of water, stagnant pail of water, grow
No
mosquito.
lah, it's only 2 sentences, what? But Rachel is unimpressed, but it's okay. Aedes.
Reading Aedes mosquito.
Okay, I'll go next.
Thanks,
My last
Rachel.
words will be that don't judge struggle. We all need struggle so that we grow. That's how we learn. That's the way we experience this world, and that's what makes our life interesting.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say like what you were saying earlier. If you have no struggle, then just go die. There's no need for you to exist. That's what you were saying earlier.
Well, that's a bit too intense.
Yeah, but I think sometimes like I was saying at the beginning of the episode, I feel like we equate struggle with pain, right? So anything that's not painful, we don't see as a struggle. So that may not be true. Lah. Not in today's episode's context anyway. Okay, Douglas. Take it away.
I forgot what I was going to say. Okay. 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 So we are. Yeah. So I
He's
think
struggling with old age.
Yeah, I'm struggling with old age.
And he's going to give me a paragraph again.
Last
I
words, 2
Okay,
sentences
and then he will make
maximum.
Rachel struggle.
Rachel, no struggle. She just summarized and then she type it out. No struggle.
Okay, so we deal with struggle unique. We deal with struggle uniquely, because there are lessons that we are meant to get in this lifetime, and so the key is to know ourselves enough to know how we deal with struggles, because that would be the key of understanding what our life is about. Okay, I know this is so convoluted. Okay, know yourself.
Yeah, so-
Know yourself. Know how you deal with struggle. Okay, because that's the thing that you're meant to get in your lifetime.
Yeah, this is a struggle with Douglas. Douglas loves to make everything convoluted.
Okay, know yourself. Okay, know yourself, and the way you deal with
No.
struggle. Because again, you just
No,
See whether
she
this
type it out already. She type it out already enough.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
She got it. She got the
Of
essence.
course she got it. We
No, she
have been struggling with Douglas for such a long time. We already know.
she missed the to understand what you need to get in this lifetime. Okay, but anyway.
Okay, so anyway, yes. Yeah, so we have been struggling with Douglas for quite a few years, so that's why we get his essence already.
Yeah.
We can distill it into layman words. Or laywoman words. Okay, I guess
Now,
the
Rachel,
next
go.
episode. Okay, by the way, thanks for to all the
Rachel.
Rachel!
Oh
You
shit!
keep forgetting Rachel.
Okay, I'm going to keep
Damn it, now I
count.
cannot say that her face looks skinnier. Doesn't work anymore because the last episode I said so. Shit. Sheesh. Okay, I'm sorry. I struggle to remember that Rachel was like the last one to go. Okay, Rachel, take it away.
Okay. My last words. I wrote down somewhere. Forgot already. I think I resonate most with what Denise shared earlier at the beginning with good and bad struggle. I still stand by my thoughts that it's a choice to see the struggle as a good or as a bad thing. So yeah, if if I don't see it as a bad thing, I'll just work through it lah. So it's not bad to have struggle. I will summarize that myself. I know it's
Okay.
a bit long.
Very good.
Okay, while Rachel is summarizing,
One come with the paragraph.
sorry, what?
She's the one coming with the paragraph now.
No, but she can summarize it herself. So anyway, as Rachel is summarizing, thanks to the viewers for being patient with us, because last week we didn't come on when we were supposed to come on. So thanks for being patient with us, and yeah, just thank you for staying with us and watching us talk about struggles and struggling to understand us. We will see you 2
Normal.
weeks later, right? 26, right?
Normal. It's normal.
26? Are we on for 26? The two guys there.
Yes.
Yes. Boxing Day.
Oh, Boxing
Yes.
This is
Day.
Boxing Day?
Okay.
26th
Yeah,
of
26th
December.
December.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, 26 December is just after Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, we shall. Maybe you can wear a little like Christmas thing on top.
Okay.
You wear lah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's okay.
I will
Just
wear.
say it's okay. Then we let her wear, then we don't wear.
I'm okay one because I have individualistic. The more different from people, the better. Okay, so we will see you guys on 26, and stay tuned. Remember to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube, Facebook.
Drop us a
Instagram,
comment.
no.
Drop us a comment. If there was something that you learned that was interesting today, drop us a comment. If there's something ouch in your life that you like us to talk about, if there's an
Yes.
ouch that you would like us to talk about in your life, or
Yes.
drop us a comment if you like us or don't
Yeah,
like us.
just
drop us a
okay.
comment.
Just summary is just drop us a comment. Just drop us some nice comments, okay? Even if you say Rachel looks pretty today, just drop the comment, okay? And then after dropping the comment, remember to like, share, subscribe, and switch on the notification bell. Okay, I think that's it. We will see you guys on 26. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.